All good.
All right. Hey everyone, my name is Sam Boyer. So I'm going to be doing my first speech on the personal space and just give you a little bit of background about myself. So I actually connected with Nathan on LinkedIn and we started getting into a conversation, and pretty quickly he shared the information about the North Houston Space Society and kind of everything that's going on here. And I really connected with some of his values. And real quick, I actually want to read part of our conversation that I thought was really cool. Don't worry, I'm not on Facebook or anything right now. So we're going back and forth, and then he had said, yeah, we have monthly meetings, it would be great to have you come. He said, the more we can connect the embers of enthusiasm and vision, the brighter the future will be. I thought that was pretty powerful coming from someone just in a conversation on LinkedIn. So immediately I was like, well, we should definitely meet in person. And now that's why I'm here at these events. So going a little bit, first of all, Adam, great job, man. I did watch the recording of your last speech too, so it was a great job, and you're doing a ton of stuff, way more than I, so I'm not gonna try to compare, but I'll give you guys my experience. So a little background on myself. I did do a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from the Missouri University of Science and Technology, a small town just outside of St. Louis. So I did community college first, actually, and then I transferred there, finished up the majority of my degree. And the funny thing with mechanical engineering is you sometimes don't even end up doing mechanical engineering after college. But so right now I'm working in the manufacturing industry. I'm currently a manager. So the role is technically supply chain and mechanical engineering, but really I tell people I'm in chip design. I'm sure you're familiar with Lay's, Doritos, Ruffles, Cheetos. So really I'm managing the maintenance team there. So I'm not actually designing software chips, but that's my good joke. So backtrack a little bit. So during high school, actually, I did pretty much every engineering course they would let me take, all the way up through aerospace engineering. And that actually presented the opportunity to do a competition with my fellow students and other teams from other high schools for Boeing, where we created a glider, and it was all different metrics: distance, original, creativity, as well as the weight that the glider could carry. So it was balsa wood, glue, magnets, and shrink wrap. And I couldn't find any pictures of it. It was on my old phone, but on its last flight, we did load it up as much as we could to try to push it, and of course, that was its last and final flight. But moving forward into college itself, multiple small projects throughout college, of course, but again, mechanical engineering meaning that you don't necessarily do mechanical engineering. And our senior design project was actually a company that came to the school and presented this task for us of, it was a local company, they mine sand out of a local quarry, and it was to remove the crude oil from the sandstone. So this was preliminary testing, mechanical engineers trying to be chemical and petroleum engineers, as you can see, with not too much success. But moving forward, after we do research testing and more trial and error, we end up with the result on the right, which is actually what we decided to use was kerosene bath twice, and then an acetone bath to remove the kerosene as well as the remainder of the crude oil. So much better results over here. And this is just a quick layout of the project. So also to keep in mind, this company did pay the school for us to design this project. So a lot of the details, like the bill of materials, as well as all the metrics, the parameters, that kind of stuff, we did create that for them, as well as all the dimensions, how to assemble it, that sort of thing. So they do own that part, so I can't share all of it, but this is the basic concept that I actually worked a lot on. So we have a 3-stage system, and these right here that you see, these devices, are actually centrifugal separators that separate the particles from the liquid and then put it into the next bath. And then the final one was the mixture with the acetone that actually removed all the kerosene and the remainder of the crude oil. So you have full 3D model. This is just one angle of it. This is actually a picture of me and my family when I graduated from Missouri S&T. Brother, father, my mom, and my grandma, who's 89, going on 90 years old. She actually did a lot of the raising of me growing up when my parents both worked, and she's always kind of encouraged me to chase whatever I want to in life. So she's been a big inspiration for me, and she's still kicking. She's currently battling cancer, but I know that she's gonna get through all that, and she's gonna really enjoy her 90th birthday coming up soon. So I actually pulled a quote from the website, the link that Nathan sent me, and I'm gonna read through it real quick because I think it really describes the environment that Nathan has been a big part of creating here. So, meetings are open to all age groups and interest levels. Come explore with us the potential that developing and exploring space has to better life here on Earth and to open up new frontiers, creating new perspectives that can help enrich the human experience. The vision of NSS. As a side note, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the talks 2020 vision, and that's the big theme right now, right? Well, Nathan had this vision before 2020, didn't wait for this year to happen, but the vision of NSS is people living and working in thriving communities beyond the Earth, and the use of the vast resources of space for the dramatic betterment of humanity. The mission of NSS is to promote social, economic, technological, and political change in order to expand civilization beyond Earth, to settle space, and to use resulting resources to build a hopeful and prosperous future for humanity. Accordingly, we support steps toward this goal, including human spaceflight, commercial space development, space exploration, space applications, space resource utilization, robotic precursors, defense against asteroids, relevant science, and space settlement-oriented education. So the reason I read this to you is because I feel that it's actually important to know why we're gathered here. And for myself, especially after listening to Adam's first speech and now today, there are people that are way more physically, technically inclined than I am, even though I did do mechanical engineering. However, I still do want to be a large part of the future of humanity, society, and everything going forward. So a lot of what I like to do is I love working in teams. So that's why I shared with you my senior design project and some of the other things that I've done, is because I really like getting smart people together and help them work together. And that's what I have actually learned to do at my job currently, as well as athletic background and all the other things that I've done. So one of my goals is actually to develop multiple companies on my own, as well as collaborate with people like Adam or other brilliant minds that can actually help us achieve the goals that we want to as society. So, why space? Does anyone have a thought as to why we'd even want to go to space?
Curiosity.
Curiosity?
The final frontier.
Final frontier?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with both of those. I think curiosity is a huge one. The unknown is something that we all, strive to, we want to discover. That's human nature. I think it's pretty incredible that simple words such as curiosity is a thing that drives so many people to work together to actually go to space. Like the sheer amount of money that it takes to get to space is insane. Like your budget for your project is what, 35 million?
Yeah.
And that's not to downplay, but that's like such a small amount compared to the projects that go into it.
And it's a tiny project as well.
Exactly. So the financial aspect of it is absolutely crazy to think about. And being that it's a cause, I mean, we had one person and then a group of people be the reason that we put a man on the moon. It was someone's vision, someone's goal, and they made a cause. Cause is a goal with a deadline, a time frame. So I think that that's a really good point that you brought up, and that's what I was going to say too, is curiosity. So I actually had a really cool opportunity to meet both the director of engineering at NASA, as well as the direct report to Elon Musk. So in speaking both in separate occasions through some entrepreneurs that I'm working on different projects with, I actually learned so much about myself through speaking with them, because not only are they so involved with what they do at two very successful space exploration companies, but they're so humble, and they both the only thing they could talk about is their vision and what they want to do moving forward. So I think it's very interesting that, you know, space is something that we're all curious about, the unknown, but everyone has their vision of like what it means to them and why they want to explore it. So we all have something to contribute to that, being that we all have our own goals and visions. So, like I said, my goal is to be able to inspire and empower people like Adam and others that have the ability technically and give them the resources that they need to actually pursue solving the problems that we have, whether it be in society or, you know, here on Earth, bettering our environment, or actually exploring and going into space. So that's a lot of my goals, and that's why I wanted to even come here and speak, is because space is one of those things that drives all of us to come together, collaborate as humanity and society. So I want to leave you with a quote, and it's never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. By someone who knew a lot of the facts. So I just want you guys to keep in mind that it doesn't really matter your age, your background, your current occupation, or lack of whatever you're doing. Everyone has a part to play, and that part is essential to helping us move forward in society, as well as just overall mankind, for space exploration and everything that we want to accomplish. So that's all I have for you guys today. Nathan, I want to thank you again. Adam, great job again. I appreciate you guys listening to me.